Hey there, mighty historians. Mr. Holland here on what is a kind of drizzly, gray. I want to say it's kind of a fresh new day. I had all the windows open in my house this morning, and I just have spent the morning just really just enjoying hearing the rain, enjoying smelling just the fresh air, and it's just the little things in life that you can enjoy. And so I've really enjoyed that this morning, and that's why I'm a little late on today's YouTube. And it is Monday, May 18th. And I do want to say we are quickly finishing up the school year, and I've kind of intimated that last week and the week prior. And this will be our only YouTube for this week. Next week, there might be one. I'm not sure yet. And then the following week, which would be our finals week, the first week in June, there will be one kind of as a send off to you, um, into summer, into the next school year, a heartfelt, I want to say serenade? I guess you'll just have to wait. There's something in my mind, which is always a little scary. Anyway, Monday, May 18th. We've got a great week ahead of us. Well, we'll talk in a moment, but we're going to do our daily quote. We're going to do our day in history, and then we're going to talk about an email that I'm going to send to you later with some specific information on how the next couple weeks are going to go. So today's daily quote says, "Don't waste words on people who deserve your silence. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can say is nothing." So if you ever send me an email and you don't hear back, refer back to this quote. Or, yeah, sometimes silence is the best way to answer someone who doesn't deserve your silence or doesn't deserve your words. So, today in history, some great things. And I'm just going to go through real quick. 1652, a law is passed in Rhode Island banning slavery in the colonies, but it causes little stir and seems unlikely to be enforced. So that's 1652. Slavery is officially gotten rid of in the Civil War in the 1860s, so over 200 years later. In 1792, Russian troops invade Poland, which they've done before and they'll do again. 1804, Napoleon Bonaparte becomes the Emperor of France. 1860, Abraham Lincoln is nominated for president. 1917, Congress passes the Selective Service Act, calling up soldiers to fight in World War I. And you do have to register for selective service when you turn 18. So just none of you should be 18 yet. 1942, New York ends night baseball games for the rest of World War II. 1944, the Allies finally capture Monte Cassino in Italy. In 1951, the United Nations moves its headquarters to New York City. 1974, India becomes the sixth nation to explode an atomic bomb. And in 1980, here on the West Coast in Washington, after rumbling for 2 months, Mount St. Helens erupts 3 times in 24 hours. And if you're able to see any footage of that, it is quite extraordinary. The eruption of the volcano Mount St. Helens in Washington, the state of Washington. Um, and so I'd like to just quickly, since this is our one YouTube for the week, just go over some things that I'm going to send you in an email. And so the email is more descriptive, but I want to just give you kind of an update. After May 22nd, I will not be giving any new assignments. And what this will allow you to do is to focus on other classes if you are missing items or assignments from those classes. And if you're missing stuff from our class here in room 407, you will have the opportunity to get that done. There are some restrictions, though, for turning in late work, and you have to email it. I will not be going on Google Classroom to search for your items. You will need to email it to me. And so the last date I will be taking late work is June 2nd, which will give me time to grade that late work. And just so you know, one of the horrible things aside from distance learning that we've been in is grading all your late work. Some of you have turned in stuff, a week after it's due, 2 weeks. Someone just recently turned in stuff that was like 60 days late. It is an absolute pain to grade, or I should say, to find, grade, and put into Infinite Campus. It takes like 3, 4, 5 minutes per assignment. Okay, so it's not easy, and that's why I'm cutting you off on June 2nd. I will not be grading anything after June 2nd, which will allow me time to grade and update Infinite Campus for the end of the semester. So please abide by those. That's just an act of kindness. Let's see. Let me see what else. I will be talking about some extra credit. And by that, I will have a topic of extra credit. It's still in my mind. But one thing I will say, whether we have it or not, most of us think extra credit is this kind of miraculous lifesaver, utopian. My grade is going to just completely change based on this one assignment. And whether we have it for the next 3 weeks or not, please know that extra credit is not a lifesaver. It's not one of those, I have a D and now I'm going to have an A minus. Okay, so whether we have it or not, please know it's not going to drastically change your grade. So think about that, dwell on that, and I will be putting, or I should say, part of my email will state whether we're going to have it or not. I'm still mulling a couple things in my brain, and I just need to think about it until the end of the day. And I will say, as we kind of near, the end of the semester, it has been a joy to have you all in class. And I have enjoyed having you all in class. And so there will be more coming. We might have, like I said earlier, we might have a YouTube next week. We will certainly have one the last week of school as a way to say thank you, as a way to send you off into the great beyond. I guess, well, I think that means you're dead. But into the great next year of school. And that is it for today. So you guys go have a great day. Stay dry, I guess. Enjoy the time that you have, and there we go. So I will see you later, Mighty Historians, and I'll see you on Zoom on Friday. Don't forget Friday Zooms. We will keep those going through this week and next week. So see you later.